wearing all black,
Aloha! Here with JC and Jeff.
Ain't no time for school today.
hitting bombs.
Hey, watch this punch cut lob wedge. Replace your Marshalls with cart girls. They're better looking. They're serving drinks.
Got to hit bombs off the tee.
Phil talking about a guy taking shit in the cut.
Mahalo!
That's what we did fireside with Phil.
Fire the stick.
Hit bomb and attack the pin.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Aloha Press podcast and weekly YouTube show here in my spare bedroom. Jeff, how are we doing?
Doing excellent.
Yeah?
Excellent. It's a Sunday night podcast. We don't usually do this.
We don't?
I'm a little warm, wearing a hoodie and a beanie inside. Just trying to show off the new gear. And I've had a few cocktails, so
Good.
Pretty good today.
That's exciting. Today it's been different. I went out and chipped in the rain. After last week's round of golf, the new wedges did not do the trick. So I stood out and it was about 5 minutes of just pouring down rain and chipped.
Well, that's dedication, one. But we figured it out. It's the loft of the wedge you were using to chip with.
Yes.
Right? The 60 needs to be for those open type wedge shots, the flop shots.
Right.
You need to use the 56 when
And
you're going to close it a little bit because you were hitting a little high on the face.
Yeah, the
And
ball
then,
would just spin right up the face, and the bounce would dig in, and it's muddy and it's rainy, and I figured that out. I only took the 56 to the course, and just chipped around the putting green, and it was a good day.
There's times I think I might actually be better if I threw the 60 and the 52 out of my bag, because when you go fuck around like that around the green, you can open a 56 up.
Oh.
You can hit the same type of shots and have a clue instead of having all these options.
Right,
You know.
and it's like the option I had was the 56 was for like deep bunkers, some like more like back of your stance chips, something a little bit longer distance, but the 60 was like my problem solver, and for the last year it was the issue.
Yeah,
It was the it was bad.
it's all right. We're working on it. You got a month to work on it. So
I have a month to work on it. So really appreciate you guys joining us, and hopefully you enjoy the new studio. We liked it so much that we kept it, and we fixed some of the lighting issues that the porn couch created. We fixed those. But moving on, the Sunday, we usually have like a whole day to prep on the winner and remember all the names, unlike last week.
Absolutely.
Who won last week? Andrew what?
Langley.
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 God. Really, I went back. I don't know if you guys saw the last podcast or YouTube show. We put his face up there. Still had no clue today. I totally forgot his last name.
That's right. We know who won today.
We do. Mark Leishman, and the Australians are taking over the West Coast.
Right. He played well.
He sure did.
Played well.
Kind of came up from like kind of deep in the pack. And
Oh
just
shit!
put it
Yeah, he
together.
shot 7 under today.
I mean, he bypassed Tiger, Rory, John Rahm.
Can you imagine 8 birdies, 1 bogey on Sunday?
I feel like I would go into the clubhouse with a real opportunity to win some skins.
So we've talked about this the last two weeks in a row on the podcast.
Yes,
But you know what he
yes.
won with?
What did he win with?
A birdie.
Oh yes, he did. Well, on 18, that's a gettable hole.
It was, but he still had to make a little slider down the hill, and he gave it a hell of a fist pump. So he was excited.
He was jacked up, and then John Rahm put together a back nine. Like there was at one point in time I was watching the coverage, and they just quit showing John Rahm.
I know. Well, they thought he was out of it. Him and Rory both had their little bad patches today.
Yes.
To where they're like, okay, you're out of it. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, fuck, birdie, eagle.
Yep.
And then he finishes birdie, birdie, birdie. He needed, a few more
needed the eagle,
a few more inches on that putt on 18. Otherwise, he'd be in a playoff. We wouldn't be doing the podcast right now because we'd probably be still watching golf.
We still would be. It confuses me. Like, does the telecast? It just kind of irritates me. Like all they want to do is like kind of predict the winner and then just show that guy and then show commercials in between that guy's shots.
Yeah, well, they like to go to that playing through thing, which they show in the corner what's going on.
That's almost better. Like, I wish the playing through was the telecast, and then you and I were sitting there.
Well, then you don't have.
bullshitting.
I guess you're right because you don't have to listen to those fucks.
Ugh, because some of the commentary this
I
week
don't mind
was-
Jim Nantz and I don't mind Nick Faldo.
I
But
hate Nick Felton.
do you?
Yes, he is.
I don't mind him. He's a
horrible.
cocky motherfucker.
Yes,
but
absolutely.
he's won enough that he can act like that,
sure.
and he's not from here.
That's true.
But some of the people they got out on the course.
Yeah, they need to go back to like a high school event and fucking put them through the ringer of like how to call some shots.
Well, I'm telling you, all these companies all these TV channels are firing their old timers, right? Because they want to get younger. And
Yes.
the old timers are what made it, right? It's like Roger Maltby, the shit he would say, even if he was wrong, you'd laugh at, you'd chuckle at
Absolutely.
it, And then you got these new guys, and Davis Love,
Where did he come
Ben
from?
Smithers looking guy,
Yes.
right? Hell of a golfer.
No, but even when he was playing golf in his prime, and I didn't watch when his prime was because I was probably 8 years old, but he was not exciting to watch.
He's a very blah type of person.
Oh, I hate that.
It translates to his announcing.
Oh, I can't even imagine him standing behind me, like whispering into a microphone. I turn around and go, "Can you go away, please? You're creeping me out."
Well, here's the thing. I don't know what they pay him, right, for a weekend.
Probably
but
a
he
lot.
probably only said about 16 words. So he's getting a hell of a lot of money per
He's-
fucking word.
He's killing it, money wise.
God damn. Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers. Hey, CBS, you looking for some talent?
We might only make it one telecast, but it'd be
Well, I mean,
entertaining.
It'd be better than some of the shit that's normally said
Absolutely.
on ESPN. I've heard. So,
Yeah, that's true.
but months ago, I went to Torrey Pines and played the South Course. My brother had a bachelor party down in San Diego, and what better way to finish your weekend with playing some golf? And so I made the trek up to I can't remember the little city that it's in.
La
but,
Jolla.
yeah, La Jolla. And decided to get an afternoon tea time and play a little round.
I remember when you went, because I was jealous I didn't get to go.
It was
Every time, you get to go to a course, whether you're playing it or not, like when we went to US Open, where the tour guys are going to be.
yes.
It's just a different feeling. And then to come back and watch it, you don't have to think about it as the video game, because
Right.
growing up, you knew these courses because
Exactly.
Tiger Woods golf,
Yeah.
right? And now it's like, oh yeah, I played there a few months ago. Oh, I'm heading here in a few months. It's like,
It was absolutely incredible because I've watched this tournament for several years now, at least since 2006 when they started having it there. That course it was the nicest course I've ever played, and it was like the best walk I've ever had because it was on the cliffs, the weather was good, it's right next to the ocean, freaking. There's fighter jets flying over. There's people in like paragliders that are like flying over the green while you're putting like. Nice shot. Good putt. You're like,
I believe it. I mean, it looks amazing, and it's got a little bit of Pebble Beach in it.
it does.
When you look at it. But yeah, I'm jealous. I'm glad you got to play it. And
It was
what'd you
cool.
shoot?
I shot 84
That's not bad.
from the farthest we can go back. And so you show up and it's like that Pebble Beach feel, but it's like a municipal golf course. I mean, it's owned by the city of San Diego or the county or someone manages it. It's not a privately owned company like Pebble Beach. But it was just incredible that you're walking around and it's like the clubhouse is not spectacular. The restaurant was not ginormous. The putting green was probably as big as Castle Oaks is. And then you move to the range and you're just hitting off like mats.
So where is the range? I got to ask you that.
So you pull into the parking lot, it's like on the right side of the north course inland.
Okay.
It's this
Because
long stretch.
did you happen to see what they let Leishman continue to stay warm on?
Yeah, he was hitting off like the tee box.
Number one tee box. They gave him
Yeah.
a bucket of balls and they said, "Here you go." And I was thinking to myself, fuck, if they gave me a bucket of balls number one tee, they'd have to bring out a dumpster of fucking sand to fill the divots I'd leave on that thing.
Yeah, you needed to buy like a patch of turf. To
Yeah,
like,
Leishman
hit
was
off.
being very nice. He kept it right next to the fucking
Yeah.
rough line, and he's chipping and putting, and he was hitting balls down the fairway. There's people walking across the
Yes.
fairway.
It's an incredible first tee shot. It is so cool.
Wow.
It was not the conditions that they played it in. It was not the same conditions I played in. The 84 I shot would have been 104 in those conditions because I missed a ton of fairways when I played.
Yeah, the rough was no joke, and it was cold, and it
Yes.
was, it looked like there was a little breeze, and
It was, and
Yeah.
the greens were a little faster.
yeah. I don't know if it was as cold as some of the announcers made it seem. Aaron Oberholzer tried to tell me that his fingertips were numb at 60 degrees.
It's San Diego.
I'm like, bro, where do you live?
Exactly.
Right?
What?
60 degrees. It was 61 here today, and I was sweating. That's why I shouldn't be in this today. But you know,
looks like you're sweating now.
fuck, I'm hot.
You can take it off. I
I
mean,
can. I'm supporting the brand. Even giving Wade's Farm a shout out.
hey, the old
He
sponsor.
wonders why he's not a sponsor anymore. Sorry,
Well.
we're promoting the brand, but we still support Wade.
Absolutely. So it was cool to see. I've never been a part of like playing the golf course and then seeing it on TV. And this year we'll get to see that like when we play Edgewood. But it's just different. Like the Edgewood guys, I mean, those are not. They might be professional athletes, but they're not Tiger Woods.
Yeah. Oh God. If the tour couldn't play there
Yeah.
at that altitude,
No, not at all.
even the back 7,700
No
yard tees,
chance.
it's nothing for
Yes.
them.
So it was cool to see. And when we were playing there at Torrey, you could see the construction of them building tee boxes. When I say I played so there was the tips, which you had to have permission from the marshal. Like, hey, can I play the tips? And they'd be like, what's your handicap? 15. No, you're not playing the tips. Like, you're an idiot. Like,
Not allowed.
we need these rounds to go quickly. And so I don't know, we probably played at 6,400 yards, and they're playing it at 78, 7,900 yards. Because there was times when I was standing on, I think it was the 11th or 12th tee box, and you turn around and you're like, oh shit, they're way the fuck back there.
Well, you know what gets me? It's like there's times where I think, hey, you know, I'm a pretty good golfer.
Yeah.
I could go play on some of these courses and obviously have no chance in a tournament, but I could play from the same tees that they're playing from.
Absolutely.
But then I look at a whole, like I watch on TV today, it's 464, right?
Sure.
In my mind, I'd have, at that weather, that altitude,
Yeah.
you know, I'd have to bomb a driver and I'd still have a mid to long iron in.
Yeah.
These guys just hit 3 woods on those holes.
Yeah.
Or they hit driver and they got wedge in, and I'm like, that's the difference.
Absolutely.
They just overpower the course like you would never believe.
Well, and they're putting in spots where the fairway is only like 30 yards wide, and they're putting it on the right side of the fairway to attack a left pin.
Yeah.
Because they know their shape shop is, it has to be right to left, and they know the knoll in the green is going to make that ball spin left, and all of these things. These guys are just tacticians, and it's incredible how they can take apart a course that is one of the longest courses on the PGA Tour.
Well, I mean, especially you're playing at sea level with wind
Yes.
and cold. You know, not super cold, but
Not
cold.
super cold,
Yeah.
but so
Anyways, it was a good tournament. It was
Yeah.
first one I've watched this year. You know, I was not going to watch the fucking Pro Bowl, so
no, I don't. Who
And I
won? Any idea?
I don't know. And I had to
I don't
take my
care.
wife shopping today, as did you.
Yes.
So,
did.
you know, sometimes the things you got to do to get a podcast in.
You gotta please them.
Yes.
You gotta buy them some stuff and go to the Kate Spade
You leave
store
your
and-
wallet in their purse and you just say, "Here you go."
Yeah, just have a good time. You end up walking around the store watching PGA Tour golf on your iPhone.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just fine. It's totally cool. So, real quick, TV coverage. And we tend to give away some free ads, like Wade's Farm. I'm drinking out of a Sabana State winery glass. CBS at times this week was pushing that new TaylorMade driver, and it was annoying as shit. I don't care about the new TaylorMade driver. That's not why I'm watching.
Are they all using it?
At least the guys that they were covering,
Okay.
because
so
I know
Tiger, Rory, Rahm, they were all
using. They're all TaylorMade guys.
okay.
And it was just absolutely annoying. Like, oh, clearly Tiger made it in the fairway because of the new TaylorMade SMS whatever. And I'm like, no, it's because he's the best golfer in the world.
Yeah.
And he's playing Torrey Pines, and he's won there 8 times. It's not the club.
Yeah, right. He's won there more times than a lot of the guys have won in their career.
He's
He's like that
Yes.
at a lot of courses, but
He was one there when like the driver was not 460 cc's,
yeah.
and the golf ball was not a solid core golf ball. It's just, I don't know. It's just kind of drove me crazy. It's something I had to bring up.
No, I hear you. Well, I got to say sorry to Bryson DeChambeau too.
Oh, why?
Because I said that he had less than 4 wins. He actually has 5 wins on the PGA Tour.
Bryson D.
Doesn't mean that he's not a slow,
I mean, he's
keep my mouth shut golfer, but you know.
slow as shit. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, but he made 4 bogeys after this week.
Yeah. So, was he in contention?
I think he was. He was right up around the lead in Dubai or somewhere.
Yeah. So we're talking about the European Tour.
Sorry to switch on you guys, but
Yeah. No
he
big
was. I only caught a highlight while watching normal golf, and they talked about him being close to the lead, and they talked about the fastest round
Okay, how fast was
walking 90 something minutes. So hour and a half, a little over hour and a half.
that? For 18 holes?
For 18 holes. The caddy laid on the side of the green on 18 and couldn't move. He was so tired.
That's an incredible round of golf.
But they were moving, right? And
Yeah.
so I think it's prove a point or whatever they were doing. But then they also clipped over to DeChambeau getting put on the clock and the official talking to him and him being kind of a dickhead about it and proceeded to make 4 bogeys on the way in. And now he's not winning a golf tournament. So.
Well, I mean, you make a good point. If the fastest round of the day is 96 minutes and you're being warned to pick it up, and then all of a sudden you make 4 bogeys, like, it's got to be in his head.
Oh, yeah, he's angry. You know he's angry. His blood's pumping. He's pissed
a
off.
psychopath.
Yeah, he's pissed off. All of his mathematician and analytics and everything's gone
Bullshit.
because he can't do it because he needs 5 minutes and 38 seconds per shot.
Well, and he was telling
You know.
he was telling someone earlier in the week that he hits it so much farther than everyone else that he has to wait so much longer to get to his golf ball because the guys are 30 to 40 yards behind him. If I'm 30 or 40 yards in front of someone, I should already have an idea of yardage. I should already have an idea of the conditions, where the freaking pin is at. You should have the complete advantage, and you should be able to walk up, go, all right, 7-iron. I'm going to hit this shot to this pin.
Right? Then eat a fucking peanut butter jelly sandwich, drink a little water, and then hit
Ugh.
your shot.
Yes.
You would think. So
You
his
would-
argument's dumb because it doesn't make any sense.
Stupid. And
The shorter guys, you would think, would be the ones that would like, oh, fuck, I got to go.
yeah,
you
I got
know?
to pick up. I got to pick up
Yeah.
the speed and freaking go.
Yeah, he has all the time in the world.
He's an asshole.
Yeah, we don't like him, obviously.
Clearly.
Yeah.
It's just annoying the way he goes about it. And it proves the point that he's slow.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, why he should be at the advantage. He's got all those stupid single length clubs.
Right? He's got it down somewhere in his head, or on a piece of paper in his pocket, like telling him everything to do, but still doesn't change the fact that he's got to hit the shot.
I don't know.
And
Kinda
make
crazy.
the putt. Whatever.
So we end kind of on a low note, negative note, talking shit about Bryson, the coverage. It was a cool tournament this week. It was fun.
It was good to have Tiger back.
It absolutely was.
I can't wait for the tournament, the first one to come up this year, where you got Tiger, Brooks, Dustin Johnson,
Oh, yeah.
Rory, all those guys. Not Jordan Spieth doesn't matter anymore, but those guys, and you get them all up around the top of the leaderboard. I love Phil, but Jesus Christ, he can't make a cut to save his life.
So there was some statistic where after he went on this diet and changed his body type and becoming more flexible and apparently doing calf lifts or calf
Calf
exercise,
raises.
yeah. He has went from, yes, he has gotten longer off the tee, but has gotten worse. He was like,
It was
he's
rough to
really
watch
bad.
him. And I don't normally watch Phil like praying that he makes the cut. Like usually it's like, all right, he's going to get himself in
Yeah.
contention for the weekend. Now it's like, oh, Phil has to birdie 2 out of the last 3 to make the cut. Well, get Phil, go home.
Exactly. Because
You know?
I want fat Phil back.
Yeah.
I want
Chubby,
Phil.
happy Phil.
Yes. Giving thumbs up on all 4 days. I don't want 2-day Phil thumbs up guy.
No. And then he'll go home and make some Instagram thing about how he's practicing fucking with his thumbs and some
Yes.
other bullshit. And it's like,
Lighting
Phil,
candles. And,
Phil, take those 2 days that you've got off on the weekend to go practice your chipping,
yes.
right? Or maybe go practice your iron play.
Or
And he's my favorite golfer, and I'm
Yes.
saying this about him.
this
so.
is, there's a reason why we started this podcast. One of the reasons was like Phil was in contention at the Masters. Like we were not going to ever talk about PGA Tour golf or
Nope.
the Masters or anything. And then he's talking about hitting bombs and attacking pins and how much farther he's off the tee. And we're like, yeah, let's do it. But you haven't done it yet. Like,
Right. It's Tiger and it's Phil. That's the only reason that a lot of people watch golf.
Absolutely. That's why I know who Justin Thomas is.
Well,
But instead, we're watching. He missed the cut, Phil.
Yep.
And I don't like that.
No, I don't like it at all. Hopefully he figures it out. He's on the West Coast swing. This is kind of his home, home
Yeah.
area.
It's his home track.
So hopefully he'll figure it out in one of these tournaments.
I mean, he did win at Pebble last year.
He's the type of guy though that he'll miss 4 or 5 cuts.
Yep.
He'll play fucking terrible, and then he'll come out and win.
Hopefully. Maybe it'll be at Pebble Beach.
Maybe they're getting it ready.
Maybe they're
For
getting
us.
ready for him and then us.
Yeah, you never know.
So a couple weeks ago, Jeff reaches out and says, "Hey, thinking about putting together a golf trip." I'm like, "Cool. Where are we going? Like Tahoe? It's a little cold, but are we going to San Francisco? No. Think about going and playing Pebble Beach." And it's been something like a conversation, at least since I've been playing golf, which is since I've been, 18 years old. And Pebble Beach has always been the goal. It's the only place that is so iconic, that's had so much history, that is so close to us, that is almost comparable to playing like baseball at Yankee Stadium.
Absolutely.
It's almost like playing playing a football game at the old Candlestick.
Or like Notre Dame Stadium,
Yes.
right? Like just like you walk in and you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, so much history. So Jeff reaches out and I'm thinking about doing this. And we'd always talked about it with the Law Press. We went down there for the US Open. We've played golf. We've played near there. I mean, I think a couple places that enjoyed us there. Monterey Pines liked us
Yeah,
there.
absolutely.
I hated being there because I
Why?
shot about 150.
Oh, I like that course.
8-yard fairways, 8-yard wide fairways. But so, Jeff, explain the story behind Pebble Beach and why we're going there. Because we booked it yesterday, and I can't stop. I got up this morning and literally was chipping in the rain. I don't chip in the rain.
Well, so it's funny because this trip had absolutely nothing to do with the Aloha Press, right?
Absolutely nothing.
But in the end, I'll come back to it. So it had nothing to do with the Aloha Press. It was one of those things. So my dad's golfed his whole life, right? And he's a cheap bastard. He really is.
Yes, he is.
That's why he has money, because he doesn't spend money.
Yes.
So he would never do this on his own. And me and my brother have always talked to him about, hey, we're going to take you to Pebble Beach one of these days,
Okay.
right? We're going to take you there. And yeah, it was kind of like whatever. So the last birthday and Christmas, I told my brother, I'm like, hey, let's not get him gifts, because he didn't need anything, right? Does he need another barbecue? He's got a Weber and a gas grill and a fucking fire pit. Like, he didn't need it.
Yeah.
So I was like, let's just save our money. Little do I know, we didn't save anywhere near enough money, but let's save our money and let's take him to Pebble Beach. Thinking it'd be a one night, one round kind of,
Sure.
because it's close enough for us, here in
Right,
Northern
couple hour
California to do it. And then I start talking to you about it, and then I start seeing things online about these getaways that include multiple rounds of golf,
Yes.
multiple nights. And so it's, I'm the kind of guy, so are you. Like, we talk about it, and it's like, we're going to do it. Like, we're going to do it now. Because the more you wait, it goes away.
And you and I both know, in our real job, you just don't know, like, how much time you have. Like, at certain times, like, fuck, you might get, this is going to sound like graphic and shitty, but fuck, you might wrap your car around a tree. You might get shot in the face. And you might not be able to do some of the things in life that you always dreamed about doing.
Well, absolutely. And so here's the other thing. I tell my wife all the time, we're around death all the time, right?
Yes, all the time.
And you see these people and their families that are, grieving and stuff. And who cares if you take all this money to the grave?
Money is paper.
Right? But the memories you can make while you're alive and the time that you can spend with your friends and family is well worth it. And the job we do teaches you that. So me and my brother, I'm like, fuck it. We're doing it. And so I asked my dad for some dates.
Right.
Which took him 2-3 weeks to give me one day,
weeks, yes.
one day off that he could have. And as soon as we got that date, I texted you and I was like, let's go. And I spent hours with multiple companies trying to book this fucking trip.
Well, and I don't know if you guys have ever played at Pebble Beach. We haven't. We've never spent this much. I never thought in Wildest Dream that I would spend a weekend there. I knew it was super expensive. We talked about going to Bandon, Pinehurst, trying to walk on Augusta, but this is pretty epic. This is why you play golf.
Absolutely. And we ended up getting 3 nights, 3 rounds of golf, Spanish Bay, Spyglass, Pebble Beach, early morning tee times, prime. But the funny thing is everybody I talked to, Pebble Beach, first of all, didn't even answer my phone call. Called me back 3 days later. Too late. But every company I talked to was like, oh, they're sold out. They're sold out. They're sold out. And the thing is, golf
Right.
wasn't sold out.
No.
The hotel rooms were, but they require you to stay a minimum of 2 fucking nights
Right.
to play Pebble Beach.
So we jumped on. Jeff was telling me about this idea, and I've always like thought like one of these days I'm gonna spend which I thought was only $500. It's not $500 to play Pebble Beach.
Yeah.
It's way more expensive than that. But like kind of avenues how you get on the course without spending several. I would normally say hundreds of dollars, but several thousands of dollars
Yeah.
just to stay there.
Your savings account.
Right, yeah. And there was a couple ways, and of course I went to the interweb and Googled some of this stuff, and it was like either spend the money, stay some nights, get a job there, and you might be able to play like as a caddy, and you'll be able to play one day every year, or like, sneak on and go to jail after a couple holes. So it was, yeah, Jeff tells me about this, and Jeff, dude, I'm not gonna lie. You're one of those guys that just pulls the trigger and like I'm like, whoa, we need to let's pump the brakes.
I'm not a wheeler and dealer.
No, not at all.
It's if you tell me you can get this, book it and let's go.
Yes, and I love that about you because you
If
have
that's
no
what stresses
hesitation.
you out.
Oh, it's been stressing me out for weeks. So Joseph from Getaway Golf Adventures had reached out to us like a year ago and said, "Hey, I'm doing some we do some golf trips, and I can always put together some of these trips." So I reached out to him, and he finally got back to me before Pebble Beach did, before some of these other companies did, because it seems like Pebble Beach obviously is super booked up, and I don't.
Well, they are, and from what they told me, this is the busy season, right? Because the weather's nice. Summertime sucks because of the marine layer and the
Right.
fall. So it's a busy season. And some of the companies, I'm not bashing them. They tried. Like
No,
they were
I
like,
absolutely
we
did.
want your money. We will
Yes.
help you. But Pebble Beach would tell them, fuck off. Like we're busy.
was-
We're booked. Sorry,
Right.
we're booked.
And keep in mind, Jeff, you have to understand they're having the AT&T golf tournament
No.
in a couple weeks. You
Right.
were like, okay, we have these dates. Like it's I think 2 weeks after.
Why
the
not book it
tournament.
right around the time they're going to keep it pretty? You know?
I
Well, actually,
totally
it's
agree. I
beautiful
love it.
anytime, but I mean,
It's so we reached out to him, to Joseph at Getaway Golf Adventures. If you see him on our Instagram, follow them. They're a great company. They put together some cool trips. They've got some back connections. They called some back line and got through.
they did because I was devastated. I thought I
Dude,
called
you
my
were-
dad. I was like, "Hey, we're gonna have to book this like months away because
Yes.
they just don't. They're busy. They don't have anything, and then they're gonna start aerating. End of March,
You don't want to do
into
that.
April. We're not gonna play there during that time. And you're like, hold on, because we were talking. You were still at work. I got home. I was watching the rerun of golf, and you're like, hold on, I gotta wait for this guy Joe to call me back. And I'm like, well, Joe never called me back, so that's fine. And then next thing you know, you're like, hey, he's gonna get back to me tomorrow. He's got it figured out. And
Yep.
sure as shit, he got it figured out. Not only 3 nights, 3 rounds.
Yes.
So we're going.
We're going to Pebble Beach.
And end of February.
End of
Last
February.
weekend of February.
And so just the anxiety alone of booking this trip was enough to put more gray hair in my head. But then I thought about it, and I'm like, I told myself I would be a much better golfer when I was going to play Pebble Beach. So this is like the anxiety of, again, I went into the rain today to chip for an hour.
So you've got a month. About
Yes.
a month
Yep.
to
To
figure
get
it out.
after it.
And it's very important because we're going to play 3 days in a row at 3 of the best courses in the world in Monterey for some type of a prize. We haven't figured it
yeah.
out yet, but it's going to be a 3-day tournament between me, you, my dad, and my brother.
It's the John Bellotti like race to the.
Right? It's the
Beach,
Aloha
I
Press
don't know.
Open. It's the first annual Aloha Press Open.
It might be.
It's only a 4-man tournament, so you got a good 25% chance
Well,
to
well,
win.
and it's-
But
And it's funny because you didn't extend the invitation just to me. Like we had extended out to
we were hoping to get
couple
we were hoping to get 2 groups. We were
Right.
hoping to get 8 other people or 4 other people, sorry,
Right.
to golf with us. But obviously that would have never happened given how booked they are.
True, but there was a lot of no's, unfortunately. But my thing was like, God, my life's too short to just say like to pass up on this experience.
Yeah, I mean, I was doing the math today trying to figure out
The math is tough.
The prices once we got the confirmation email, and I sat down this morning with my calculator, cup of coffee or two,
Yeah.
and I started working numbers because I'm like, okay, well, I'm paying for myself and my wife.
Right.
You're paying for yourself solo. My brother's paying for himself solo, and then me and my brother are splitting my mom and dad.
Yeah.
So I fucking do it all up, and I'm like, all right, boom, send out the text. You're like, not so fast.
Whoa, yeah.
Not so fast.
I tried to FaceTime Jeff because, well, that was on accident. But it would have been faster. But
He wanted to see me in my robe, like
Yes.
like Hugh Hefner at 9 a.m.
So I remind Jeff, like, that was only to secure the weekend. We still have a couple more thousands of dollars to pay up, to pony up.
I'm just gonna say, never in my life did I think it would be that hard to spend that much fucking money.
I've bought in cars, and it's taken less time.
Right?
I've bought in houses, and it took less time.
Good Lord, man. It's like you got a 3-day wait just to get a call back
Yes.
from the place to maybe get you a fucking room.
Which is I just don't understand. Like, it was not the customer service I thought we were going to get.
So golf's failing all around the world, right? The courses are going out of business left and right. But it obviously shows
Not at Pebble Beach.
if you got money, it's fucking alive and well.
Yes.
Because Jesus
It is
Christ.
thriving.
And like Richter told us in the podcast we did down in
Yes.
Monterey last year, like the guys playing Pebble Beach aren't locals. They aren't California boys.
No, they're not.
They're flying in from Texas. It's
Yep.
oil money. It's big business, right?
Huge business.
So that's why they're it's worldwide. I mean,
Well,
they're
and
flying from out of the country.
Yeah, and it's not
So-
just calling up like your local club and being like, "Hey, can you get us on?"
No,
No, it's like an ordeal,
it's like you want to sneak in. Here's your life savings
pretty much.
and a 6:50 a.m. tea time. Here you go.
So, the boys from Amador County, from the Aloha Press, are going to venture down to Pebble Beach and play. Are they going to even let us on the course with some of our shit we're going to wear?
Well, I'm gonna have to tell my dad he can't wear blue jeans. Right,
What?
denim's not
No
allowed.
denim shorts?
So Spanish Bay first day,
Yes.
Pebble Beach day 2, and Spyglass day 3.
Right.
So we need some new outfits,
We definitely do.
new Aloha Press gear,
Yep.
probably some going out clothes.
Absolutely.
But on the bright side, with all the money you spend,
yeah.
we each get $100 credit,
Yes, I'm excited about that. What are you
2
gonna do with your-
cocktails,
What are you gonna do with your credit?
2
cocktails?
2 cocktails. I think that's probably about 2 Manhattans.
I've had
With
a
a tip?
couple. I've had a couple drinks there before. You know, my father-in-law, was instructed, "Sir, take off your hat." We'll see if they treat us that way.
Oh,
We're
maybe
big spenders.
maybe we'll walk in with cameras like we're important or something and see what they do. Edgewood treated us well.
Oh, Edgewood loved us. 'Cause
So.
They Edgewood is a discounted rate now.
It is. It is. That was always like the most expensive place I've ever played golf. Like, pay them $250, whatever it may be, to play around the golf, and you save up to
Yeah.
do it once a year, maybe.
Yeah. Now it's
There's a
It's-
reason you go to Pebble Beach one time,
well, and
unless
maybe,
unless
and
you
maybe
go
we'll
win the
do it.
fucking lotto or something.
Right. But it shows you this. Like a year ago, we wanted to come up with this company and we wanted to do a podcast. And like out of the small, like, maybe next year we'll play Pebble Beach. Dude, if you set your mind to it, you can absolutely do anything. You can afford anything, you can do anything. If you want to live like a rich guy for 3 days, we're gonna do it. Like, and we might be driving up in pickup trucks and not private planes and Mercedes, but
Just pull the trigger,
just pull the trigger.
Right.
Just do it.
pull the fucking trigger, make it happen.
Just, rack up those air miles
Yeah.
and spend the money.
The people that spend money and then have immediate regret wouldn't like hanging out with us.
No.
Because here's the other thing: once you get down there, now we got 3 nights. What are we gonna do? We're gonna go out to dinner. We're gonna go out to the
Exactly.
pier. We're gonna go spend, hopefully get to bed at a decent hour so I can make those early tea times and feel good. Because Saturday at Pebble Beach, I am not gonna be hungover.
Sunday.
Sorry,
Sunday.
Sunday at Pebble Beach, I am not gonna be hungover.
No, you're not gonna be hungover.
There's no taking a knee to tee up on the first tee. I'm gonna be refreshed.
Yes.
I might
I'm
go
gonna
to bed
be-
at like 8:00. I still won't sleep at all because I'll be excited like a kid on
Yes.
Christmas. But I won't be hungover.
And And that's the beauty of America right there. Like, is Augusta National a place that you can just a month out go, I think I want to play it? Absolutely not.
Fuck no.
Pebble Beach might cost you. Might even stop you from drinking the night before. But you're going to be able to play it, which is cool.
Yep, absolutely.
I'm excited about it. So this is year 1 of the Aloha Press Open.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where are we going next year?
Invitation only this year.
Yes.
4 invites or 8 invites, 4 takers. I don't know where we're going next year. We'll figure it out.
So so this is a big deal, right? And so I was talking to Joseph over at Golf Getaway Golf Adventures, and he's like, you could fly to Scotland and play 4 rounds of golf, and it would be the same price, right? And I'm like, yeah, I know.
Joe, don't tell me that. This is like bucket list.
Oh, it's
Bucket list
bucket list.
101. Like, gotta hit it. Gotta do it. Especially, we just went and walked the U.S. Open last year.
It's fresh in our mind.
Yeah. I mean, I can still remember every hole we walked.
I do.
And, everything. Like, I can't wait.
I'm jacked up about it.
Yeah. So,
I'm super pumped about it. I'm really excited because I got new wedges. So fresh wedges on a Poana. Ugh. Sticking them close.
it's going to be amazing. But, on the other end, how about the local race to the bottle?
Local race
Round
to the
2.
bottle.
Round 2's
two.
in the books.
Jeff was wasn't so quick to grade out the scorecard. I don't know why you had 5 birdies.
Well,
no, 4 birdies.
No, here's the thing. So we set the over-under on birdies at
Right.
2 for you and 4 for me. We didn't go over, either of us. So
No.
nobody owes taco truck dinner.
Right.
But, yeah, we added up the scorecard at the end, and fuck, I haven't been down in a while, but I'm down. You beat me by 2 holes.
Beat you by 2 holes.
So you got the 1-up lead.
Yep.
Since
Sure
we're doing
do.
it by round now. You're going to be gone tomorrow.
I will be gone. Yeah,
So
I'll be in
getting
Atlanta.
a practice round in, essentially, tomorrow out at Castle Oaks.
Okay.
Should be good weather. It rained all day today, but I think I get some good weather. Maybe a little patchy sunshine. Play with Brandon.
Yes, you will.
One of our new supporters. Hopefully just use it as a practice round. I'm actually, like I was telling you before we started the podcast, Aaron Oberholzer, or whatever his name is, talked a lot about flighting the golf ball
True.
this week out at Torrey Pines. So that's my goal tomorrow. I'm going to take spin off the ball. I'm going to hit more low knockdown shots.
Okay.
Try to control my golf ball a little bit.
Wow.
Hit more greens. So that's the key, right? The key
That
we
is
talked
the
about
key.
is
Yes.
I can't hit fucking 9 greens.
No, because the front 9, you hit 1 green.
I don't know. I just
hit
know
1 green
I was a
and had
scrambling
1 birdie.
motherfucker,
Yes.
right? But
It-
then you go hit 9 greens on the back, and you got 9 birdie putts.
Yep.
So
And you ended up knocking in 3 of them.
yeah, so I got to hit greens.
Yep.
So that's the key tomorrow is maybe a little more club, a little less swing,
Yeah.
keep the ball in the air. I
A
don't
little
know if it's-
3/4,
I don't know if
put
it's
it back
gonna
in your
be
stance, maybe.
windy or not, but that's kind of my key tomorrow.
Good.
I'll keep you updated while you're in the air.
I appreciate it. We're flying out to Atlanta. Let's update everyone on so the birdies and the eagles. No eagles. You've got so far 8 birdies, 1 3-putt to donate to our local charity.
9 birdies, 1
9
3 putt.
birdies.
9 birdies, 1 3 putt. You've got
I've got 2 birdies, 1
2
3-putt.
birdies, 1 3 putt. Okay.
So
We should probably write this down.
we
somewhere.
probably should. I should probably add it to the website, which I just haven't done yet. Oh,
It's all right.
need to issue an apology. Apparently, the web designer, which is I'm not very good at it. Sorry for some malfunctions on some of the clicks on the buttons.
We're working through it.
We're working through the.
Sometimes if you hit hats, it takes you to the homepage. But if you hit apparel, it takes you to apparel.
It does. And
And
you
then
go to the
you-
drop down, it'll take.
And
you
then you
to
can
hats.
find hats.
But it's all the bugs are worked out. I think. We'll see what.
There's some good stuff, and there's more to come.
There is more to come.
Like this,
Yeah.
we got a little, a zip. We've got
Some new hats coming
some
in.
new hats, stuff. The beanie's awesome. I'm gonna wear this tomorrow, even if it's sunny.
Even if it's 75.
I'm wearing it. I don't care.
Might be chilly at 60 degrees. Fingertips.
Yeah,
Might need to
right.
wear
I might need
gloves.
to wear my double black
Your mittens.
FootJoy like weather gloves,
Yes.
right? So, anyways, so we were supposed to talk to Johnny Cruz today
Yes.
Um,
and get a report
about
back.
the tour striker, right? Unfortunately, had some family obligations. He
Right.
couldn't call in. And last podcast, we talked about kind of like if you ever watched the promos and bought these stupid gimmicky clubs. Right. So I'm talking about it at work this week. And I'm talking to the guy, Matt, that I'm working with,
Okay.
my partner for a few weeks. And he's asking me about these clubs. What's a Tour Striker? You know, what's the Meta Kiss? What's this and that? And I'm telling him how they're all fucking gimmicky pieces
Yeah.
of shit, you know, to get a bad golfer to spend money.
Yeah.
And they guarantee you, though, that you're going to be better, right? Farther distance,
Hit it straighter.
less
Yeah.
strokes. You're
Yep.
going to shoot fucking better scores. So Matt goes into his drawer and he goes, I got something for you. He goes, I've been holding this thing for a while. He goes, I'm not a golfer. I don't have any need for it.
Okay.
So I want to give it to you.
You're making me nervous.
Right. And
What is
I'm
it?
like, I'm not going to tell JC about this because this is good podcast stuff.
Yes.
So he gives me this thing.
What does he give you?
And
That's got a rubber band
it's
around
got a rubber
it.
band because it's so old.
And it's in a box.
So this is from 1963. One of the
Oh.
original
Okay.
gimmicky golf fucking clubs, right?
Yes.
And we talked about cheaters
Right.
and the things
the
they
Patrick
do on
Reed
the
rule.
golf course, right?
Yeah.
So this is called the world's famous foot wedge.
Oh, really?
And this thing's like a fucking just should be in a museum somewhere. But it's actually got
Oh my God.
a strap to go around your shoe. Sit right there.
Show the viewers.
Right?
Oh,
This goes I'm going to put it
What?
on. I'm going to put it on.
yeah, put it on. So it just straps to your foot. Okay. I see it goes on to the inside of your foot. It's like a 7-iron degree. What?
Look at that thing.
Holy shit.
So when you're sitting in the bushes and nobody's looking, you give it a little kick. You know, usually you knock it a few
Yeah.
feet. This thing can
What?
bring it right back out into the fairway.
Oh my gosh.
Right? The foot wedge.
It's an actual iron. I mean, it's got grooves in it.
I'm pretty sure that thing's worth money.
It has to be.
Next
worth
time we
money.
play together, I'm going to bring it out. We might have to actually just chip with it.
Yes.
Just to see, you know.
A little closest to the pin.
Put a little English on the ball with that thing.
Yes.
But
That is.
I'm not good at keeping secrets. I'm really not. And when,
That's incredible.
when I got this and told him what I wanted to do with it, he was very excited because he's a
No.
new
Let-
listener.
Let me see this thing.
Oh, it's got an instructions guide, I think, inside there too.
It's even got the old school, the shoe with the metal spikes in the.
Right?
Looks like the Sunday dress shoes.
I'm just telling you, 1963, the
That's
Leicester
incredible.
Game Company out of Toledo, Ohio, made this.
Are they still around?
Probably not.
Do they want to invest in the Law Press?
Well, we'll see how it works.
That's awesome.
Right?
I love the prototype.
Yeah.
I wonder how many they sold. How much is the price tag on there?
Nope. Well, it must have been a gift to somebody. You know how
Absolute-
you tear the
Yeah.
bottom of the price tag off? But, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a picture and put this on social media for you so you can see the original Improve Your Golf Game foot wedge. But I guarantee you right here, I don't guarantee a lot of things. This will save you some strokes,
It absolutely will.
right? You might be a cheater, but it'll save you some strokes.
At least you're doing it with a club.
Yeah.
At least it's a club face.
Right?
That's awesome.
So
Cool.
I had to bring that out for you today.
No, that's incredible. So we'll add the link. Maybe they have a website. Probably not.
I don't think so.
That's awesome. All right, guys, let's wrap it at that.
Yeah.
We'll be updating you throughout the week with some things about your round. Brandon donating some gear. Update on birdies. My trip to Atlanta. I think I'm going to play some golf.
I hope so.
I'm going to try and we'll see where I play.
Rental clubs or your own clubs?
No, I'm dragging the clubs out
You are?
in preparation for
All right.
Pebble.
That's actually a good idea.
Yep. I'm not
Very-
messing
it's a
around with
very
rental
good
clubs.
idea. All right.
Because you know what I'd do?
You'd
I'd
like
fall-
them and then
I'd
you'd
fall
buy
in
them.
love. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd buy them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brand new clubs going into Pebble, not a good idea.
No, it's not. You need to stick with what you got, figure them out.
I need to save some money.
So
A lot
here,
of trips. Go ahead.
so last thing before we
Sure.
sign off, playing with Brandon,
Yeah.
right? Aspiring college golfer.
Mm-hmm.
From what we've seen, pretty good golfer.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. What do you think he shoots tomorrow? It's going to be wet.
It's gonna be wet. He shot 79 last week.
Just so-
Only had one birdie, knocked it close.
16. He
To
got
16.
closest to the pin over me.
Yep. He's playing with you. He's gonna
Yep.
have some new
I'm
golf
gonna,
balls.
I'm going to put him in my cart. I don't know how he's going to like the boom box, but
Maybe he'll have some some suggestions on the old the old music box.
Yeah, I usually do ask. You know,
Yeah.
what do you like to hear?
Yeah, we've heard all kinds of crazy shit on there.
I'm not going to push any alcohol on him. Even though he's 24, we'll leave it.
I don't know if his mom approves.
I'll leave that alone. But I just want to know. I want to be able to tell him when I get there tomorrow. JC thinks you're going to shoot this.
I think.
Let's go for it.
So that was the first time he was a part of the Skins game, and I remember the first time I played in the Skins game. Actually, no, that was the second time he played in the Skins game because the first time he just joined us.
He only got to play a few holes, but
I think his anxiety is probably a little lower. He's probably a little bit more comfortable. Okay, he's been around you a little longer. He's gonna have some new gear, some new golf balls. I think he's going low. I think 76
or better.
76 or better.
All right.
3 birdies, 1 closest to the pin.
All right. I'm bringing it to him tomorrow. I'll let him know.
Those are my expectations.
And we'll go get it.
It's gonna be soft. You gotta attack the pin. Don't mess around. I want to hit greens. Okay, I get that. But if you got 100 yards, okay, and you got wedge in your hand, you need to fire. A little knockdown.
I hear you.
Get it on the green.
I'm gonna have 100 yards. I'm gonna take a 9-iron.
A little chunk and run.
Right. No spin. I'm
Yes.
gonna run this thing out from the front, and then it's gonna plug right in front of the green and go nowhere.
But
Oh well.
those are my predictions.
All right. Sounds good. I'll
I
let him know.
appreciate it. With that being said,
It's fucking over, baby.
let's get after it. And hey, cheers, yeah.
Wearing all black.
Aloha.
Aloha. Here with JC and Jeff.
Ain't no time for school today.
Hitting bombs.
Hey, watch this punch cut lob wedge. Replace your Marshalls with cart girls. They're better looking. They're serving drinks.
Got to hit bombs off the tee.
Phil talking about a guy taking shit in the cut.
Mahalo.
That's what we did fireside with Phil.
Fire the stick.
Hit bomb and attack the pin.